That's probably the saddest thing in my life is that she never got to see any of the success.
What do you think she would think of all of this?
Oh, she would love it. She would be on, she'd be on cloud nine. She'd be going home to her house, which would be bigger than mine. she'd be on cloud nine. She always believed in me. She never thought it was going to be any other way. She believed that I was going to be right here.
She knew. She knew. Hey friends, it's your girl Emily Curl, and right now we're here at our iHeartRadio headquarters, and today we're hanging out with multi-platinum, Grammy award-winning artist. We have Darius Rucker in the building. Can we give it up for Darius? So excited to see you.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited to see you too. Good to see you again.
And this is such a fun week because we are celebrating your new album.
Yes.
Your highly anticipated 8th studio album, Carolyn's Boy.
Crazy, yeah.
It's wild. And this is obviously named after someone special. So tell us a little bit about your mom, Carolyn.
My mom was great. She was my biggest supporter. She was my biggest champion, my biggest fan. She was always in my corner. And she was just a great mom. She worked really hard. There were 6 of us, and was always there for us. I don't know. I just felt it was like time for me to finally, dedicate a record to her, and this one just seemed right.
I mean, you've sold millions of recorurs, you've won Grammys, but we learned that you weren't the best singer in the house.
Oh, goodness.
Carolyn was.
Yeah, she was a much better singer than I was. I mean, like, light years better than I was, but, I loved everything about her, and she was just that person. I used to go sit in the living room and just listen to her sing when she was cooking and stuff, because she would always sing. And she meant a lot to me, and yeah, she was always the best singer in the house. She knew that.
Yeah, she knew it too. She was like, yep.
I mean, you good, boy, but I'm good.
When you think back to some of your favorite memories, what's one that jumps out when you think about your mom?
Oh, there's a lot of them. This one that always jumps out. I was playing football, and my mom, she was a nurse. She'd work double shifts. And she'd work a double shift and then come straight to the football game, And I remember playing football, I guess I'm 10, 11, and I'm playing quarterback, and we're losing, and I go back to throw the ball, and I get hit from both sides by these 2 twin brothers that were huge, Smith brothers, and they hit me really hard. And I go down, and I'm out of breath and can't get up off the ground. I'm hurt. And, most people, you see somebody's mom running out from the sidelines to see it, and I'm laying there on the ground, and all I hear the only voice I hear from the sideline is my mom, and she's yelling, "Boy, get up! They didn't hit you that hard!" And so I got up and I ran the next play.
They didn't hit you that hard.
They didn't hit you that hard.
2 twins.
That was my mom. So I got up, but that was my mom. She was a tough woman.
That's so funny. So some tough love in there too.
Oh yeah, she was a tough woman.
So she was the one who always, did she encourage you to do music? Like, was that always?
Always. She was always the one making sure I listened to what I wanted to listen to, which I lived in this black neighborhood with my cousins and my friends, and, people walk into the house and I'm listening to Buck Owens or something, and they want to give me crap, and my mom would always make them leave me alone. He could listen to whatever he wants to listen to. And I look back at those years, I don't think I'd be here if she was like that. If she was against me to listen to that too, I probably wouldn't have had my affinity for rock and roll and country that I did.
Yeah,
she let me listen to this, so that was really big for me.
And now she passed away in 92?
Yes.
So she really didn't get to see everything that transpired over your career.
No, that's probably the saddest thing in my life is that she never got to see any of the success.
What do you think she would think of all of this?
Oh, she would love it. She would be on, she'd be on cloud nine. She'd be going home to her house, which would be bigger than mine. she'd be on cloud nine. She always believed in me. She never thought it was going to be any other way. She believed that I was going to be right here.
She knew. She knew. So how was your mom, going back to the album Carolyn's Boy, how was your mom integrated into this album?
I named it Carolyn's Boy because we were in the studio the first day, and I was having a really bad day. I was just having a bad day, bad mental health day.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. And I sat down, after we did a few songs, I sat down and I said to myself, well, at the end of the day, I'm just my mama's boy. And it made me feel better, made me go in the studio and be better, and I just decided that day I was going to name it Carolyn's Boy. And so she's in it. She's in everything I do.
Wow. I think it's, when you lose someone, I feel like, my family, when we lost our uncle, we always see birds are sort of attached to it. So when we see like hawks, we know that he's there. Is there anything that you see now or like little signs that you see that remind you of your mom, that you know she's with you?
Yeah, when I see feathers, I think my mom's been here. When I see bird feathers or anything like that, I always think my mom's. That's been something that's been years. And I just, I know she's always around because I think after she died is when everything exploded. So I believe that, she was out there making that happen for me.
Oh, it's a beautiful way to look at that.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to, you know, the album process, the creation of it, writing such a personal project, how did that process differ maybe from other albums that you've done in the past?
This record, you know, it is so personal, and one of the reasons is just because so many things have happened in the last 6 years. You know, pandemic, kids going to college, you know, relationships breaking up and stuff. It's just so much stuff happens that there was so much to write about in my life that every time we started writing a song, it just became about me, and I love that. You know, not something I do usually, but you know, I'm really glad we did it with this record.
By the way, speaking of your kids going to college, I don't know if you saw recently, Will Ferrell just DJ'd at his son's.
I saw that. I want to go to USC now all of a sudden.
I know, right? Would you ever make a surprise appearance?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You know, my kids go to NYU now, so you know, I don't think they want Dad to come and hang out, but yeah, I would love to do something like that. That was so cool.
I also saw, speaking of looking at things on the internet, I thought this was really cool. I saw an interview that you just did where you credited David Letterman for discovering Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah, he was you know, we had a record deal, and you know, grunge was king, and our record wasn't doing very well. It was doing okay in the South, but it wasn't doing well. And Letterman heard us on the radio and asked us to come play a show. And
is Hootie ready? Ladies and gentlemen, Hootie and the Blowfish.
I would say, like, that Friday, nobody was trying to get us on the radio station. And we played Letterman on Friday. On Monday, we were the most added song on radio, and it all just went crazy. It's all because of Letterman. I tell him that every time I see him. Thank you.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm sure he loves that too. That's probably a big, like, bragging moment for him as well.
Every time I see him.
He reminds you.
I remind him.
It's so funny. And then, so you released your debut country album in 2008. In your opinion, how do you feel like country music has evolved since that time?
One thing that's been really good about the evolution of country music is when I came into Nashville, there wasn't anybody that looked like me in country music, on country radio at all.
Yeah.
And, you know, now it's great to see Kane and Mickey and you know, Blanco Brown and Breland and Trapple Hart and all these African-American acts getting deals and getting a shot in the business. It's great to see country music look more like America, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because I'm sure you've seen the news that Maren Morris is taking a step back from country music because she doesn't align with the values, and she wants more gates to be open for people of color, queer people, for women. Yeah. Like you said, as someone who's spoken about, you know, your past in country music, being in the genre for so long, what are your thoughts on that?
You know, I understand where she comes from, but and she, you know, she's right. There's a stigma, and it's, you know, it was there before I got there, and it's still there. But I'm not going to leave country music because I want to change it from the inside. I want to change people's hearts, and I can't change that from the outside. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay right here and try to keep being part of the change.
Yeah. What are your hopes for country music in the next 5 to 10 years?
I hope it just keeps getting better. The music is already great. I hope, you know, more people get a chance and it keeps getting better, and more people start to realize that we all have to live together no matter what.
It's true. Now, last thing before we let you go is you've also had a big week, and I've got to ask you about the Music City Walk of Fame, where you just got inducted by a very special friend of yours. Tell us this story.
Yeah, so you know, I got in the Music City, which was an amazing honor to be in the Music City Walk of Fame.
So well deserved.
I got it with Dwayne Eddy and you know, Don McLean, and Ric Flair was my introduced me, and Rick and I have been friends for like 30 years, and he was classic Nature Boy that day. He was classic Nature Boy. If you can go watch that, go watch it. It's very funny. He was classic Nature Boy that day.
Okay, I can't wait to see that. Well, congratulations, Darius. We're so excited for you, and congratulations on this album. We're so happy, and this is really exciting. And then you have some stuff coming up, right? You're playing some shows. Give us the full rundown what we can look forward to.
Yeah, tour's not over. I got a couple more shows for the tour, and then you know, this winter I'm gonna take it off, going to Europe in the fall, and going to Europe in the spring and stuff, and just playing. Yeah, just loving life. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Well, Darius, thank you for making the time to come in here. Can we get it one more time for Darius Rucker in our studio? And thank you all for watching. Make sure you listen to Carolyn's Boy. It's out now on iHeartCountry, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.